It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. Today with Melanie Mack.
Makes your skin soft and...
And in this world of insanity, we are graciously supported by fans of common sense. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. Ho, 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 motherfuckers! It's the last show of the year. Oh boy, it's Christmas time. Here we are. Oh man, it's going to be a good one. Hello, Blabs.
Damn it, I was in the middle of a cough. Shit. Anyway, hello, I'm back. I live.
Oh my God, starting off hot. Blabs, great to see you.
I know, I have a face again. Yay.
Oh, it's so nice. I hope my kids didn't just walk in when they're coming in the, why is Daddy yelling so loud and saying bad words? Here we are. Yes, this is Craigcast Live. I see the chat already talking about the beanie, which is good. It's supposed to be holiday season. That's what we're doing here. We're in holiday season. It's ridiculous. Are you okay, Blabs?
I'm good now, yeah. I mean, if I go off camera, it's because of this, but yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
I have trolls.
Good. You're looking good, looking very Christmassy. Yeah, all the
Christmas trolls. Dude, I love trolls. Like, I have an obsession. Rust trolls, not the crap of today, but yeah.
Oh, not the crap of today.
They're ugly. You gotta go from the 1990s and 1980s Rust trolls.
Those are better than today.
They're so. Are you kidding me? Are you like shitting me right now?
Poll in the chat. Which polls are cuter? The 80s and 90s poll or today's polls or today's trolls? Hey, it's Melanie Mack. Hi.
Hi. Merry Christmas, everybody. Almost Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see you. Glad you're here. It's the last show of the week, last show of the year, which is great. Look, you got your dual purpose outfit, which is awesome.
Yes, Halloween and Christmas. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I can rewear it. And I agree with Blabs. It's that the 80s and 90s trolls are definitely the best. The new ones look stupid.
They're the weird looking.
They're
not charming at all.
They're not. The thing that the 90s and 80s trolls did right is that they actually gave them that troll ugly cute look. Exactly. And now they just look stupid. So
see, why is it that when Melanie says that Craig's like, interesting, but if I say it's like, you're a fucking idiot, shit, sit in the corner.
Well, hey, Melanie, you're so smart. You're so smart.
Thank you.
Fine.
It's ridiculous.
Whatever.
Hey, speaking of smart, in addition to Blabs today, in addition to Mel today, we're joined by the super talented pianist and honey maker, well, not really honey maker, but beekeeper extraordinaire, Desiree.
Hey, y'all.
Great to see you.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here. How's everything going?
Great. Just been kicking it up on Kick. Going well. Still kind of in that rebuilding phase after, post cancellation, but it's been going great.
Look, we are excited to have you on today because, listen, we got some stuff to talk about. And listen, you guys watching, G2's community, I need y'all to get the word out. Desiree's got some shit today. She's going to spill the tea.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I am beyond ready for this. So, look, it's obviously, Blabs, what did you say? Femme Friday?
Femme Friday, yes.
Okay.
Do you not know what femme means, Craig?
Yeah, the word femme is like, I don't know. I don't really like the word femme. It's kind of like...
Is it because you're a sexist?
No, because I like the word feminine. like, why are we shortening every word?
It's a French word, Craig.
Femme fatale.
It's literally a French word.
Well, so is feminist though. Like, or feminine? Like, why don't we just call it feminine?
Because feminist has been taken over by like nut jobs.
But feminine hasn't.
Yeah, but femme it literally just means like badass, awesome woman.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it sounds cooler, like femme fatale, all that.
All right.
Listen, Craig, you learn something new every day. It's fine.
That is accurate. 100%. I do learn something new every day, especially when I'm surrounded by 3 very capable, strong women, which is great. And it's close at my house. I'm just kidding. No, obviously the show. Look, we're gonna have a good one today. We got a lot to talk about. Blabs really loaded up the run sheet today with some big old home runs. We got some stuff on a Nintendo universe that could be coming down the line, which is very exciting. A Nintendo movie universe. The day before that game that had the big scam a couple weeks ago, we got an update on that. PlayStation backpedaling on something. We're gonna get into Twitch, man. If you guys saw the thumbnail, which I know you did because that's how the game works. We got a lot there, and that is where Desiree is gonna shine like a beacon of hope, like the Christmas light coming down from the sky or whatever star, whatever it is. We also have news on Hollywood merging. If you guys were excited about me buying Screw Attack back, I'm going to give you guys a big old nice punch to the jaw with some news today because it ain't going to happen with this news. Also, Insomniac, this is a late edition, Blabs. I added this. Insomniac has responded to the hacks from earlier this week, the hackers. Ooh. And speaking of hackers, the GTA hacker who leaked the game several months ago, has been sentenced, and we're going to talk about that. That's coming up in just a little bit. But first, I want to remind you guys, we are live over on rumble.com/sidescrollers. Do us a favor, hit the follow button over there. They're making updates over there. It's looking great, looking really sharp. We also have an X account, x.com/sidescrollerspod. You can follow us over there. You can keep up to date with hosts that are going to be on the show, little clips and all sorts of stuff. And we have an Instagram, don't we, Blabs?
Yeah, and we're only 8 away from 1K. Ooh. So do us a favor. Help us get to 1K before the end of the year, and Craig will give you a high five.
Yeah.
Virtual
sure.
high five.
Yeah,
but a high five.
Just in advance. There you go. I'm not
high five. Wow. That's how much he believes in everybody. You know.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Ladies, I'm sorry. We have something crazy going on right now in the chat, which is wonderful news to see because I got some names to put on the stinking wall. Is right off the bat, David Freeman with 10 gifted memberships. Let's effing go. Hey, we're giving the gift of side scrollers today, and I like that. Thank you so much, David, with 10 gifted memberships. That is outstanding. Hey, David, how about you get up on the fucking wall? Look at it right there. Let's go.
Yeah. Are you okay? You sound like you broke your back.
Old man got to bend over. Tough. David, thank you so much. And not to be outdone, Shane Bentley came in with 10 gifted memberships. Outstanding. Shane, thank you so much. You're going on the wall as well with those 10. That is awesome. David, Shane, thank you guys very much. Shane, how about you? Look at it. Let's go. Hey, you know what? We're doing pretty damn good today. Right up to that. I didn't even get a chance to say that our goal is 20 members. We're already at 25 because I am 16-bit. Came in and gifted 5 members. Let's effing go. Oh, my God. Guys, thank you very much for the wonderful generosity to start the show. David, Shane, I am 16-bit. That is ridiculously great. We genuinely appreciate that. We are just 300 members away from our all-time record on the show. Just 300 away. That Trinity Gamer, thank you so much for coming in with a membership for 2 months. Says Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yay, Merry Christmas.
Alan says, Alan in the house. Hail. Hey, Alan. Glad you're here, buddy.
Alan.
Yes. Alan. Yankee Lover says that thumbnail shows even the talented can fall. Well, we're going to get into that in just a little bit. We're talking about this thumbnail right here. Where are you at? There you are. Right there. Bingo. We're talking about this thumbnail right there, which should be. We got a lot to say. Lots going on today with that, which is it's gonna be good. Blake came in and says, "Hail G2s, Merry Christmas, Blabs. Good to see you feeling better. Craig's still a boomer though.
Yes.
Blabs is feeling better, and thanks, Blake. You're what a great nice guy. Methalus says, "I'm going to watch later, but I want to drop some money and say Blabs, glad to see you're back, and Merry Christmas to everyone, even Craig." Hey, thanks.
Even Craig?
Appreciate
wow.
that.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Good. Heath Nation says, What do you get when Melanie Mac runs a kids channel on YouTube? Coco Melanie.
Minus the cross-dressing kid and gay dads.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was interesting to see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. That's awesome. Hey, and check this out. Cool Man over on Twitch. Wow, the Twitch bits coming in. Cool Man with 2,750 bits came in and says, I'm just glad to actually catch the stream live every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hey, Cool Man, thank you so much. It's great to see you again, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you in. That's great. Man, you guys have been incredible today. Josh Sketchrow says, Melanie, you're incredibly based. Never change. God bless. Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, man. And C-Man Nader says, Blab, sing Jingle Bells in broken Chinese accent. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because what's exciting about this is I was actually going to say today is a great day to sing Christmas carols with $100 donations. And you know what? We can actually start right now because over on Rumble, random nobody came in and says, Blabs, please sing Dominic the
I
Donkey.
love that song.
Oh,
I don't even know what this song is. What is this song?
It's an
Dominic-
Italian song. It's literally about a donkey named Dominic.
Is it
Okay.
Christmas?
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that.
What?
Yeah, I would play it, but I'm pretty sure we get a strike on it. So
No.
we can't.
Don't play it. Just sing it, Blabs.
All right. Yeah.
No. Hold on.
That was a stellar opening already. Wow, I can't
Sold.
I'm like also
believe
6
you got
too,
cut off
so
from that. I'm like, whoa.
I'm gonna die today.
Hey, random nobody. First, I want you to look at it, and then we're gonna get Blabs singing Dominic the
You didn't
Donkey.
hold back.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I want to point out I have a cough drop in my mouth too, so this is gonna go really well.
Take it out,
What? No.
ladies
Does
and
that
gentlemen.
work?
Singing for the first time ever on Side Strollers. Did you see her face light up? This is Blab singing the Italian folklore Christmas classic, Dominic the Donkey.
Okay, so background story. This is Italian, but it's in English. So then he starts off with like ee-ah, ee-ah, ee-ah. It's Dominic the donkey. Ee-ah, ee-ah, ee-ah. The Italian Christmas donkey. And then it just goes into saying la la la's. La 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 la. I'm done.
No. Keep going. This is great. Keep going.
La 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 la. And then it just keeps going back into Christmas donkey.
Well, keep singing it. This is great.
I don't know all the lyrics. I forget. All right, hang on. I'm gonna Google this. Christmas donkey. All right, give me. Okay. Where are my lyrics? Why can't I find lyrics to this?
Great job, Blabs. Wonderful.
Oh, here we go. I got it. I got it. Okay. I'll start from the very beginning. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Hey, random nobody. You're getting it. Here we go.
Hey, chingity ching, hee haw, it's Dominic the donkey. Chingity ching, hee haw, the Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. And it just goes on forever, okay?
Hey.
I love it.
I'm dying.
I love it.
I love it. Awesome. Wow. Hey.
Woo.
I'm just going to tell you right now, from here on out, Blabs will be singing that song with a $100 donation from here on out forever because she was so excited for that, which is great.
It's one of my favorite Christmas songs. I learned it like since I popped out of the womb.
Great.
I have never heard that one before, and I feel like I know a lot of Christmas tunes.
I
Yeah.
will send it to
It's
you guys. I'll
crazy.
put it in the private chat because it's a banger.
Yeah, that is a banger.
Sounds like it.
That's a banger, all right. Hey, Cellular Dream says, hello, ladies. Dan Vasquez gay. Hey,
Yes.
thanks, Cellular Dream. Appreciate that.
Didn't he just drop a new Christmas song last night?
You did.
Go
you did very well.
to check it. Watch
Yeah,
listen
he
to the song
did.
and comment and tell him he's gay.
What song did
He'll
he drop?
appreciate it.
I saw that he
was it
dropped
Oh, was it
something
Oh
tonight.
Holy Night, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you know, side note, that Oh Holy Night was not written, was composed by a Jewish person and a atheist.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Yeah. I learned that little tidbit. Yeah, isn't that
Wow.
crazy? It's
Doesn't
one of the
mean-
most beautiful Christmas carols, though.
They did amazing.
Yeah, I know.
That
Step it up,
doesn't
Christians. Dadgummit.
doesn't mean it's not a banger. I'll tell you that much. It's pretty good. Hey, Magnum says Melody thought it was Halloween. That's right.
Multi-purpose, Halloween, Christmas. Look, there's the snowflakes. This is the the Christmas version. I can't even figure it out.
Melanie doesn't worry about snowflakes on Twitter. She just wears them on her sweater, which is great.
Exactly.
Hey, Wheeling Through Life with Brian came in with a $50 super chat. Says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome back, Blaz. We missed you. Merry Christmas. Balls. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Hey, Brian, let's get you on the freaking wall right there. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to get you on the wall. And also, Matthew came in with a $100 Canadian super chat. Says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to y'all. I have nothing really to say. I just wanted to give a nice gift to the side scrollers. Oh, Matthew, that is incredibly
You're
generous.
awesome, Matthew. We always love seeing you in the chat.
Massive Matthew. That's amazing. Thank you. Get you guys on the wall right there. Blabs, can you read off these while I put them on, please? Over here. Oh, what are you doing? What are you chewing on something?
Cough drop.
Hey,
You told me to get it out of my mouth. The best way is to chew it.
Hey, can I tell you ladies something really quick?
Yes.
Just for fun. Blabs, I hope this doesn't ruin your trust.
What
But
have you done?
yesterday on DMs, usually Blabs wakes up and she was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And this is exactly this is exactly the message. I sent this, because we interviewed Chrissy Mayer yesterday, and I gave her the link. And I said, hey, let me know when you send that link over to Chrissy. And then 10 minutes later, she goes, sent. Sorry, was eating salami. And and I said, typical Italian eating salami at 11 a.m.
And I'll make this even better. After the show, I had a smoked mozzarella sandwich. And then for dinner, my dad had made me pizza. Homemade pizza.
That sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just put marinara right in your veins or what?
I got my dad a shirt one day that said, make marinara sauce legal. Instead of
that's
marijuana. So, I'm very Italian, okay?
Very, very Guamanian right here. Hey, Jake gifted a membership to the channel. Thank you very much, Jake. Really appreciate that. And also, Magnum came back as a member. Thank you so much, Magnum. Appreciate that greatly. Salo Dream came in and says, also shout out to my homie Jesus.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jesus.
Let's go. Andrew came in and says, with the 10, says, by any chance, with y'all be talking about modern audience Greta Thunberg. Wait, what? By any chance, will y'all be talking about modern audience Greta Thunberg starring as Poison Ivy and how Harley Quinn is now a groomer? We can, yeah. That wasn't on the run sheet, but we absolutely can, Andrew. That was
really
something.
Oh gosh, I think of all of that, I'm most offended that they made Poison Ivy a mouth breather kid. She's like,
let's see if we can pull that up. We'll see if we can pull that up really quick. Blabs, look for just search for Poison Ivy on chat.
oh yeah.
It'll find it. Magnum says, only partially simple-minded, I promise. Are you talking about me? Probably. Thank you, Magnum. Extra Zero says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, G2s. 2023 has been a great year for community laughs and new friends. Here's to a great 2024.
Yay.
Go Extra Zero. Max came in with the membership. Says, thanks, Craig and Blaz, for putting on my new favorite podcast, or my favorite podcast. Keep up the great work. Melanie, love you. Your Bible channel. Merry Christmas. Christ is King.
Thank you, Max.
And Tim wants to let everybody know the Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tim.
Merry
Appreciate
Christmas.
that. Opus came in. It says, Merry Christmas to y'all and Happy New Year's when you get there. Yep, just a week away. And not to be outdone, guys. This is very exciting. Henry Davis came in with the $100 direct donation. It says, Merry Christmas, y'all. Final gift for 2023, Henry. That is incredible.
Thank you. That's a boss.
We're not done, Blabs.
Oh no.
Because Henry says, Blab sings Shoop by Salt and Pepper in an Asian accent.
You have to know that song.
Shoop, like
Oh my
oh
gosh.
that one. I was
Greg,
thinking
you're
like
so old, Greg.
share with the shoop. Ah, shoot.
Oh shoot, Blab's gonna shoot. Blab's gonna sing shoop. All right, Henry, we got you in just a minute. Thank you very much. Taka, also giving it 100 bits, says glad to catch y'all streaming live on Twitch. Looking forward to seeing what y'all have to say. Taka, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. And Max Payne says, take my bits. Let's go. Hey, we love those bits. Really appreciate that. Also, over on Rumble, Vault says, new Poison Ivy looks like Greta Thunberg. Yeah, we mentioned for sure. And Elson Barrett says, one interview with Chrissy Mayer, and now the show is turning into Simcast. Yikes! Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And Winterfell says, can't watch today's show at the bar with my bros for my birthday. Let's go, Winterfell.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just want to stop in and wish y'all and wash y'all a Merry Christmas. Thanks for a great year. Looking forward to season 3. Cheers. Yep, I'll have news on season 3 of Side Scrollers here very, very soon. Hey, happy birthday to you, buddy, and congratulations on all your success. All righty.
Well, before we do the singing,
ladies.
here is Greta Thunberg,
Yes.
Poison Ivy.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is this?
So, like, apparently she's reborn, and so she's really young, from what I understand.
And she's a kid, and they made her an ugly kid at that. Like, they really designed her to be the ugliest kid they could imagine.
Look at her teeth.
She looks like she's related to that doll Chucky.
I
Chucky
know.
doll.
But she's like full mouth breather mode. It's like, dude, I got my tonsils removed, so that wouldn't be my future. Like, somebody needed to do that for her.
Well, and in the dialogue in that cutscene, Harley
yes.
Quinn's kind of like, we had a thing, and it was very like, it's very creepy, like in that they apparently they had. She talks about this relationship that they had.
Well,
and
first she goes, "Oh, you're fun size now," and then she's like,
What?
And she's like, "Don't you remember me? You don't remember me? What about those burnt lettuce and all this stuff?" Like, oh, I don't know. It was really weird.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm sure everyone's going to be really excited to play that one, which is great. Vault says, Craig, did you sign Twitch's terms of service? Nope, still haven't, still won't.
And that's the thing in the Arkham games. She wasn't even, they weren't even a romantic thing in the Arkham games. So it's just like all of a sudden now it's, oh, let's shoehorn this in. Dude, I'm telling you, Harley Quinn has been so severely ruined from her original inception. And I tried to get on board when they were doing the Suicide Squad thing and all that. But now I see how wrong I really was to try to be open to all that, because that is one character who has been absolutely butchered.
Well, I guess we'll see
Sad
what
to see
happens. It's coming out in February, I believe. The game's coming out. So we'll see how it's perceived when it comes out. See the excitement level behind it. Junior came in, says Merry Christmas and crazy Kwanzaa to y'all. Hey,
Thank you.
happy Kwanzaa to you. Junior. And Mercenary says Merry Christmas, Craig, and Poison looks like a man. Thank you, Mercenary. I didn't even get through our intro here. But make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We are at listen to this. This is kind of fun. 60,667 subscribers currently. If there's 2 of you who haven't subscribed, it'd be really great to let you know that you are 60,669th subscriber, which would be wonderful. And let's get our 300 likes. And we already hit our 20 members, which is awesome. But let's keep on growing. We're currently sitting at 26. Thank you all very much for your support today. And let's continue to roll. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we were 24 minutes into this bad boy, and we're just now getting to it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
All right. About 6, 7, 8 months ago, however long it was, GTA 6 was leaked. The entire game was put on the internet, and as much was done, and people were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. All the information was out there. We had screenshots, we had gameplay, we had all sorts of stuff. And I'm not talking about the trailer that was released like a couple weeks ago. I'm talking about there's a big hack that happened not too long ago. And they found the hacker, and they have put him on trial, and the verdict for the trial is in. Des, have you heard about this yet?
I did. Crazy.
Well, the GTA 6 hacker is handed this is thanks to BBC.com, Blabs, which stands for.
What answer would you like me to give? The rated G one or the rated R one?
Whatever first comes to your mind, Blabs.
Well, both do now at the same time. So, British Broadcasting Corporation Dick.
Big Black Kazoo. Remember?
There
Do
you
y'all
go.
remember? Was that my first appearance here? I think I can't remember.
May have been, yeah. May have been. Yeah. Anyways, so the GTA 6 hacker has been handed an indefinite hospital order. Okay, what does that mean? Now, this is a 18-year-old. Now, this is an adult legally, but let's just be real. This is a kid who did this. An 18-year-old hacker who leaked clips of the forthcoming GTA game has been sentenced to an indefinite hospital order. So his name is Arian Kurtaj, and he's from Oxford, England. Who is autistic.
Could have told you that. If someone does something like this, and that's you have to have some really hyper-focused autistic skills to take a Fire Stick and a hotel TV and hack into the GTA server or the Rockstar servers.
So we okay. Some of the most incredible people in the world are autistic, right?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
It's absolutely brilliant. And you say, oh, we talk about like the artistic nudity over on Twitch when we say, oh, the autistic nudity, and it's like, it's just kind of like a funny thing, right? But these are some of the most high functioning, like incredibly focused people on Earth. These like super high level. You talk about the spectrum when it comes to autism. And this dude is like so hyper-focused to the point to where he's young. They didn't throw him in jail, but what they did do was essentially put him under a hospital order, which I believe hospital order is kind of like more or less the loony bin, right. I believe, right? That's kind of what it is, which we did away with that in the United States, which is where we see our country now. But he has doctors deemed him unfit to stand trial due to his severe autism. So the jury was asked to determine whether or not he committed the alleged acts, not if he did so with criminal intent. So did he either do it or not? And that's just it. A mental health assessment used as part of the sentencing hearing said he continued to express the intent to return to cybercrime as soon as possible. He is highly motivated, which makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
And with this whole thing. But so he's more or less he's indefinite hospital order, which means like more or less it's a life sentence here until he says he won't do this again. I think the most obvious question, and we'll start with you, Melanie, is this sentence too extreme?
No.
For a hack?
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, this kid could do so much damage. And you just look what happened with the whole, obviously he didn't do it, but the Insomniac hack and stuff, when people's actual information, their passports, all that kind of stuff were put out there. And so I think that we really do have to crack down on these hackers because they're dangerous. Just what they're capable of is very dangerous. So yeah, I think if it was, and if it was only, really the only threat here is, game trailers are released early or whatever. It's not as much of a big deal, but I mean, there's just so much more that someone like that can do. And he's already expressed like, oh, I'm going to be committing more crimes after I get out, as soon as I get out. Yeah, I mean, come on, put him on that indefinite hold there. Now,
Blabs, I know you disagree with this.
Yeah, I do, because let's put it into perspective here. Sure, he definitely hacked into a massive corporation, but because this corporation has so much money and so much leverage, they can basically get away with whatever they want. However, let's look at it from a perspective of a murderer, pedophilia, rapists, all these people who do absolutely harmful things. I think even worse than hacking the software system. Get nothing compared to what this kid is going to get. And also, I kind of want to know, and I haven't been able to find this out, was he 18 at the time of the hacking, or was he 17 and is now 18? Because, like, if he was 17, then he's a kid. during that stuff. So it's like, well, that kind of changes stuff also. And he was part of a gang too, from my understanding. So what if he was coerced into doing this stuff too? There's like a whole lot of stuff here, and I disagree with this whole life sentence.
Well, but the thing is it's since it is indefinite, it's not necessarily life. It's only life if he keeps posing an actual threat.
I still compare this with like murderers and things who get out like a slap on the
Murderers
wrist.
should have way stricter though. They should.
Well,
I
yeah,
do
but
agree.
that's the reality is they don't. So until they do, this kid should not have to have the same type of trial and error that he's doing
I
right
just
now.
see there's so many menaces who do stuff like this. Like well, this has been like almost a decade ago. I had one of these like autistic type hacker kids hack me, dox my family, and say send me nudes or I'm leaking all this on the internet. And I ignored him, and so he did all that. My parents still have to deal with credit card fraud and people trying to make accounts under their names and things like that. And they have, I mean, thankfully they have locks on their accounts and all that. But the kind of damage that these kind of kids do is a lot more severe than what we're seeing just from like, you know, okay, here's a leaked trailer or something. I do think that, especially when you're look at streamers who keep getting swatted, look at all of this stuff happening. I think this has to be taken very seriously or it's not going to stop and it's going to keep getting worse.
Like, I agree with you, but until I find that like murderers and all these absolutely horrible, disgusting human beings get the actual sentence they deserve, then I'm going to say he does not deserve that.
I understand.
That's my
I
stance.
understand.
And it's obviously very personal to you, Mel, and I think rightfully so, right? That if you've experienced something like this, and I do want to point out that it says he will remain in a secure hospital for life unless doctors deem him to no longer be a danger, right? So it's life with an asterisk next.
Right,
next to it.
Exactly.
Des, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, this is actually an interesting time for this to come up because I've actually been dealing with a nutcase the last like few weeks. I won't go too much into detail right now because I feel like I have to kind of be careful, but I'm kind of in a similar position right now that Melanie's been in, and it's been pretty scary. Like it's been pretty awful. So I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards Melanie's take on it. I do understand where Blabs is coming from. And, I hate I've talked about how much I hate our court system. Like it's so messed up and it's so unfair how some people can get away with nothing and other people, get the hammer. So it's, but I don't know if that's necessarily a reason just because there are unfair verdicts to not come down harshly in this case. I will say, I wish he had just like put his efforts towards like corrupt politicians and like,
I know,
like, you know what I mean? Instead of this, but
Epstein list.
Right.
And it is kind of like, I mean, like, and like in the thing where it said he was violent and being, I mean, like that is pretty scary to like be dragged away to mental hospital. I'd probably be violent too. Like, get me out of here. So I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it, but I definitely feel like people need to take cyber stalking way more seriously for sure.
Right.
Because there's a lot of repercussions that can happen for innocent people.
Some people too just ruin their children and those children will be menaces for the rest of their lives. Like that's reality, unfortunately. And that really falls a lot on the parents. And it's sad, but it's also reality.
It's amazing to kind of see the different perspectives on this, right? I think that, to hear like the fact, Melanie, you've dealt with this personally. Des, you're dealing with this personally. Blabs, I hope you never have to deal with this personally. And I've dealt with this on a different level a long time ago. It wasn't obviously, to this level, but I personally feel that's a little extreme, right? But more or less what they're, as far as the sentence goes, I feel like kind of a life sentence asterisk is extreme in this case. I do think that it, as was pointed out in the chat, the idea that it's the UK, at some point they're going to be like, okay, he's learned his lesson, because they're pretty laxed with a lot of this. So, but I also think that's like a very dangerous sentence. The idea that like we're going to keep you here till we feel that you're okay to be able to go into society. That's a very open-ended thing, which
Unless the government hires him.
Right.
They'll hire you if you can come out.
Right. It's crazy, man. So It's a lot. It's a lot there, and I totally understand both. Everybody's perspective on this. Like me personally, I think that it's too long of a sentence, but mainly because there's no end to it. Like it's not like, well, we're going to give you 10 to 25. No, it's like we're going to give you life until we deem otherwise. So that's my take on it, and I think it's great to have different perspectives for sure. I love that. Anybody got anything to close on that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, good. Be on the lookout for Arian Kirchhage. That's his name. And by the way, like what's weird about this article is that they blurred his face, but he's like an adult, right?
Oh, interesting. If he's an adult, they still blurred his face.
Unless that photo was taken of him younger. And that's the only photo they have when he was young.
That hacker kid that came after me, there was an article about him about a year later because he got caught like swatting people, and I think he called in a fake bomb threat to Disney or something like that, and they had an article about him and they blurred his face too. I was like, what the crap? That's that same kid, which I called the Canadian police to try to get them to handle it. They're like, nope, because you're American, we can't do anything. And then I talked to the American police and they're like, well, he lives in Canada, we can't do anything. So nothing ever got done with that.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Jimmy says cyber stalking is not the same as hacking a game company. I mean, you're still hacking. I'm not saying it's a one-to-one comparison, but I do think that at the end of the day, you are taking people's information and data.
Right.
It's
dangerous.
Right. It is dangerous. Now, obviously, we're going to get into the Insomniac leak here in a little bit because they've responded. But let's just get into that now. Let's get into that now. Because there's something there. But before we do, I want to let you know that Raptor came in and subscribed with Prime over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Raptor. Gary's Beard Crab says, Craig missed the opportunity to say, speaking of cute trolls, here's Melanie Mack. Oh, Merry Christmas. Hail the Fellowship of 199 and Band J.
I love it.
Not allowed to say that, all right? Malcolm North says, I have a feeling that Melanie will not like the remake of Tomb Raider. In fact, I bet $10 super chat she won't like that remake.
Are you talking about the remasters? Because there's remasters in the works right now. Not so much a remake, at least that I'm aware of. I actually do have a lot of hope for the remasters. I mean, they are being outsourced to Aspire. Now, if Crystal Dynamics were making them, I would completely not have much hope about it. But Aspire seems to be very forward about these will be accurate. And what we've seen so far looked amazing. So for once in a very long time, I have hope for a Tomb Raider project, an upcoming project.
Also, Xander came in and says, Blab, since you've been gone, I binged all of
Advanced Geeks and Gamers. That's the tabletop.
Okay.
Still confused if your character was a he, she, they. Okay, so here's the thing. I was supposed to be a druid satyr goat thing named Jeremina, which was a spin-off of Jeremy, but it was a female. However, I found out satyrs can only be male, so it was Jeremina, the female, but was a male. I think it was a they, them at the end of the day.
Couldn't quite figure it out.
No, we couldn't pinpoint it.
He grew up in the American, went to college in America, got really confused.
He went to Harvard.
Glenn Harris says, awesome show. I love how much this channel is growing. It's rare to find a podcast with so many likable people. Thanks for all the great content. Oh, thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. We're that makes one of you who thinks we're all likable. We appreciate that. Just go on Twitter and find out how much people don't like us. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. All the announcements are always like, her, not her.
Right.
We have 5 away from 1K on Instagram. It would be so cool if we hit 1K by the end of the show today.
Labs may even sing her favorite song, which is great.
No, you're killing my voice here. I'm trying to feel better, not worse.
All right, an update on the Insomniac Games hack. They have made a statement about this. They put it out on Twitter earlier today. And it's more or less what you'd expect from something like this. Did y'all see this earlier today?
Oh, I did not.
Okay, it says, well, I'll tell you what, Blabs, do you want to read this? Actually, no, I'll read it just to save your poor voice. Thank you for the outpouring of compassion and unwavering support. It's deeply appreciated. We're both saddened and angered about the recent criminal cyber attacks on our studio and the emotional toll it's taken on our dev team. We have focused inwardly for the last several days to support each other. We are aware that the stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for PlayStation 5. We continue working quickly to determine what data was impacted. This experience has been extremely distressing for us. We want everyone to enjoy the games we develop as intended and as our players deserve. However, like Logan, Insomniac is resilient. Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production and will no doubt greatly evolve through development, as do all our plans. While we appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, we will share official information about Marvel's Wolverine when the time is right. On behalf of everyone at Insomniac, thank you for your ongoing support during this challenging time. So there you go. It's kind of a generic thing. Obviously, it's like this sucks and it's impacted everybody. Which, we've talked about this at length on the show over the last few days about some of the journalists who are like, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about this leak because it's hacked information and blah, blah, blah. Which I think is like really tone deaf. Now, I think there's a line in the sand when it comes to personal information, which you obviously don't talk about. But I think all the games and everything is fair game. Des, do you have any thoughts on this? Did you follow this story at all?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Again, it's like I wish that people would like hack into like politicians and stuff, that could actually be really useful. I mean, not to say this isn't. I mean, it's interesting to kind of know what's coming, but I think it sucks. Like the personal information was released, right, from the people.
Yeah.
So that's not cool.
I had this realization about this afterwards. They didn't release all the data. Like 2% of the data was not released. They said they released 98% of it, and apparently somebody bought the 2%. 2% of the data, which was not released because they offered it up to everybody, including Sony. So my question is, why didn't Sony reach out and buy the personal information from their employees back?
Interesting. That's kind of a tricky scenario because it's like, A, you're rewarding a hacker, but B, you also don't have any guarantee that they definitely still would not release that information. That's a gamble right there. I actually think they made the right move not buying that because you don't know anyway, and you're also rewarding someone hacking into your stuff. So then more people are going to follow suit and try to get money. Ultimately, I think at the end of the day, it's the personal information. That's the damage that was really done here. In terms of what they released from the Wolverine game, I think everybody who already likes what Insomniac is doing, already liked the mainstream AAA open world stuff full of scripted sequences and flashy graphics, they're going to be excited about what was released because it did, look good in terms of polish and stuff. And those who aren't into that stuff like me, it didn't change my mind, but it didn't, it just looked pretty par for the course. So I really don't think that part negatively affected them.
I kind of think it did. I mean, spoiler alerts, if you hear what happens in that new Suicide Squad game, most people are like, fuck that. I'm out. Like Fear the Beardo, he was all for it, and then they broke down all the spoilers. He's like, I'm not fucking buying this.
Oh, I see. I didn't see all that. I
know what happens.
The Wolverine stuff,
not good. Yeah, but also to further your point, Melanie, how do you know that if you buy everything back, that it was actually everything that they stole? What if there's more stuff? Then they're like, oh, wait, this is everything. But then they have all this other information still. So
right.
It's like, how do you know? So yeah.
Right.
I think there's no win-win situation after you get hacked.
Yep.
I think we lost Craig for a second. He's just forever scratching his
He's like,
I'm back. That should be good. It's weird because sometimes things hiccup and I was like, did we lose Blabs in the middle sentence? No, it was me.
StreamYards is weird. I don't know if you saw it during the intro. I had to come back out because it kicked me. I was like, nah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But it was something that because somebody bought something and we don't know what that 2% of the data was. So there's something that's still out there, which is honestly kind of concerning.
How funny would it be if like a competitor company bought it?
Right. Man.
Like, oh, Xbox bought this.
Oh boy. Well, that's something that we'll see what happens. I mean, do you think we'll see more hacked hacked. I mean, we've talked about the GTA 6 hack. We've talked about this hack with
It's a
Insomniac.
trend.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
hacking will be a trend forever. You know, if
Right.
there's,
Yeah.
if there's an opportunity. Like, once again, what did this guy gain from the GTA 6 hack? Nothing, right? He gained notoriety, maybe, and
Mhm.
he gained more or less a sentence for the rest of his life, right?
Right.
Potentially. You know, these guys hacked with the intention of making money off it. And not everybody's going to be like Sony and Insomniac and not pay. I would have to think that there's got to be some, going back to like government officials that have some skeletons in their closet that would be
Mhm.
willing to pay several $1 million to keep things shut, you know?
True.
You know, you're talking about people's life's careers and stuff like that. So who knows? But I think gaming, as they said when they were interviewed about it, was like, it was very easy to hack. It took them like 25 minutes to hack all that information out, which, you know, if you're going to do 25 minutes of work and get $2 million for it, it's like, hey, you know, you got to think there's other targets out there. So
Goodness, I don't know what they've got to lock that stuff down better. That's all I know. Because my goodness, how?
I will say this. I think the one that stands to gain the most out of this is obviously Wolverine is the game, because
Mhm.
what you're going to see, people right now are making decisions on Wolverine based off of like alpha footage of this game that
Right.
like it looks fine, but still it's, you know, it'd be like, oh, it looks like, you know, an imitation, whatever. Right. So when they actually show a trailer for this in a year or 18 months from now, when it's ready to be seen, and then they show off the game, people can actually see like a before and
Mhm.
after. And I think people can be like, wow, they've really worked hard on this. Holy crap. And it could actually turn people around on the game. I think that's my thought on the whole thing. So, yeah. All right. You guys want to move on to Twitch?
All right.
Did you see Des? As I said that, and Des was like,
It's go time. She's got like her game face. You hear the music and everything.
I looked down at, as I was saying that, I was looking down at Des, and Des was kind of in this like, yeah, whatever, hackers, Twitch. Is that right? Oh, let's get it on.
Oh, goodness.
We got a lot here. And if you guys are just joining us, get the word out. Desiree has a lot to say coming up.
Oh my gosh.
But
You're making
first,
me nervous.
No. You just do it. Elsa came in and says, what about the guy who hacked Gifts and Go and released all the info of the donors to the government? I know people like this hacker because he went after RS, but a crime is a crime. Yeah, you know, look, I agree with you. A crime is a crime, but not all crimes receive the same punishment. And sometimes it's odd to see the punishment between certain crimes versus other crimes. You know, we talked about the murderers and the, you know, all the other pedo crap and what they get compared. They get a slap on the wrist compared to a dude who hacked a GTA 6. But Hairless Primate come in and says, Stuttering Craig, have you heard of Morris Minor and the MGs? Stutter rap song, Mega Cheese. It's the UK and it's Ahem finest. Okay. Well, thank you, Hairless Primate. No, I've not heard of Morris Minor and the MGs. I will check it out. Miku says, Craig, how do I talk to a girl? She created Sonic Chew. You go up and say, hi. How are you? Pretty much it. You don't ask me. Ask these ladies. You got 3 ladies here.
Well, Craig, you did find a wife, so I think you are an expert on this.
True. But some people find multiple wives and still fail at relationships. So, now,
Also true.
I think the best thing you can start with is, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I think that's a great start.
It's always a great start. And then from there, you
not
just
Best
That's
way
so
to talk to a woman, just do it. Just go for it. And then like just feel her vibes. And if she's like uncomfortable, then you say, okay, well, it's great talking to you. I hope you have a good day. And if she's enthusiastic and playing with her hair and, oh, hi, then you keep the conversation going.
You hear that? If she's playing with her hair, you keep it
Wait.
going.
That's a thing. You actually play with your hair when you're interested in a guy.
Yes. And like, I don't know what it is. It just kind of, if you're interested in a guy and it
I've
puts you
never
in
been like,
a feminine mode and it's like, oh, hi. Now every time I play with my hair, I do play with my hair a lot. So it doesn't always mean that.
I don't know.
News to me.
I don't know if you saw my face just now. Like 20 seconds ago, I was looking on Twitter for our next story, and I searched the person that we're going to talk about, and then I searched media. It was a bad decision. It was a very
Oh yeah, I've got stuff to say.
All right. So let's first. Joe came in with the 5, says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to y'all. One, love the Jack Skeleton Christmas shirt. Got a double dragon one wearing at my family Christmas party. Let's go, Joe.
Love it. Merry Christmas.
Well, Spain says I will never be able to be locked down because the government. Oh, we'll read it off then, Blabs. Go ahead.
Well, Spain for $4.99. It will never be able to be locked down because governments require companies to have a back door for them. Hackers will exploit this.
Thank you, Wolfsplain. Interesting. All right, let's get into our next story here. We saw this young lady. The last couple weeks of Twitch have been okay. The last couple of years at Twitch have been an absolute shit show, right? It's been crazy to see with obviously the rise of Kick. You've seen the hot tub. First, it was like the hot tub streamers, and it's all just been a slow de-evolution of women trying to more or less funnel young, vulnerable men who have a little bit of money to their OnlyFans, right? And it's always been like, what can we do to get them there? And most recently, it started with, this lady, her name was Morgue Pie, and she would shake her boobies on stream back and forth. And that was kind of the viral clip that went around. And
that is one unit of a woman. My goodness.
She is stout. She is stout. She will break you.
Yeah. I'm scared.
So she triggered this whole, and once again, just as a recap, she triggered the artistic nudity thing on Twitch, which lasted about 24 hours. And it was, it will be looked on in the world of internet. That 24 hours will be looked on as like what not to do on a video game platform, right? It was just chaos. You had all sorts of stuff happening. So immediately Twitch shuts that down. Well, now you have women who are doing their best to avoid that. And you saw like this lady yesterday or a couple days ago, she was using censor bars on her streams, and she would put it above her hoo-has. And, she's like, hey, look at me. I'm so funny. Here I am. Well, guess what? Banned. She's been banned over implied nudity. And this person, Morgue Pie, has also been banned. And not an official reason why, but it's implied that it's implied nudity. And now we have more people, which leads us to our next person, who is trying to skirt the system with pixel, censoring here, as this young lady is playing the piano in front of, I guess, her audience with her pixel thing on it. And here's her clip real quick.
I know what I can play. Robert Miles' Children.
Okay, so she's obviously extremely talented, right? She's very good at being a pianist, but here she is. She has skirted her way around. I feel there's immense irony here that she has a second camera on her hands instead of her tits. You think that's what she'd want to do?
She's got that bar with her name on it covering her legs perfectly too. So it doesn't show anything but like her knee, if you notice.
Right. So let's turn the table over to Des. Now, Des, you are familiar with this young lady, and you have some things you'd like to say?
I've known Laura for a really long time. So she and I both started playing piano we were like the very first music streamers on Twitch. So I've known her for a very long time. Was friends with her on Twitter, friends with her on Facebook even. Hung out with her at events. And what's so interesting to me is that I can't tell you the number of female streamers that I started with that started out with one mindset and have gone completely the other direction. When she first started, she was only wearing overalls, and she intentionally dressed down because she did not want male attention. And that's like,
Wow.
she would say that. She is like super, super feminist. And that kind of, she was when she started, but it just got more and more and more. I mean, like very, very extreme. So she's partially responsible for my I would say for like my soft cancellation on Twitch. So before the convention dropped me, that was like my hard cancellation last summer. But before that, I I started kind of making some tweets on Twitter when all the COVID stuff started happening, and just like, hey, let's not like force vaccine mandates, or I don't think lockdowns were a good idea or whatever. I was always like very nice how I put things, but I noticed like I was starting to get the cold shoulder and a lot of pushback from her, and she would be pretty nasty in her responses and on Facebook as well to and at one point I actually started a Liberty podcast, just chatting on Twitch. I only did a few episodes, but like one time I had on, I don't know if y'all know Liberty Lockdown, but he's gained a lot of traction in kind of the Liberty world. But he spoke a lot about how lockdowns were really hurting us. And this was all very, very early into all the COVID craziness. And she tweeted afterwards about like, great, another racist podcast. I'm like, we didn't even talk about race, like whatever. And so it was definitely a very, at that point I was like, okay, that's like gloves are off. Like she's been kind of like making these little jabs. Like she's clearly not interested in a friendship. She's just out to trash me. And she is comes from a very, very far left idea. And at that point, I can't remember if I blocked her first or she blocked me or what happened, but we've been blocked from each other, for a good, I don't know, like maybe year and a half, 2 years now. And then I just happened to see a couple of weeks ago. I'm not even sure because I don't like go into her channel at all. Like I don't want to see her. Even like seeing her on the screen just makes me like, ugh. It's hard when it's somebody that you used to call a friend and you used to confide in, and you see them go so far the other direction where they like, if you attack me on social media, like that's it. Like we are not friends. If you have a problem with me, message me privately and let's have a discussion. But don't make me into something that I'm not. In a social space. That is so snaky to me. And so, it's actually it's kind of like hard to like see that clip of her, because it's just, it is, I hate to use the word trigger because it's so overused now, but it is kind of a little triggering. But so I happen to like, I'm not even sure how I found out, but she created an OnlyFans a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So and the part that I saw on it said that like, she actually was not going to mix the worlds of piano and nudity. Then that was a couple of weeks ago, but I guess she decided like to hell with it now. I don't know where her mind's at, but I think I know she really hates men. Like, I mean, she really like she has said stuff so much, and it's so interesting to me, like this brand of feminism that it's like they're literally like getting all this money from these like incels, honestly, that they have no problem selling themselves. And it's just so weird, like these guys are giving money to people that hate them.
Well, I think you kind of do have to hate men, at least to a certain degree, to do something like that, because to even set that kind of scenario up, like an OnlyFans, and because that is very unhealthy for these men to even be partaking in this kind of parasocial relationship that is rotting their brains, keeping them from interacting with real women in the real world. So yeah, I think that a lot of women who do actually participate in that do hate men, because you couldn't do that to people that you respect. You couldn't, even if you're benefiting from it, unless you're a psychopath. It's like, oh, wait a minute, this is hurting these men, to make them think that they're getting a personal, some false sense of a personal relationship with me. I don't know how they can even do that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I don't need to have Laura as a friend, and that's fine. If she didn't want me as a friend, I don't really care. Like, I'm sure she thinks I'm a crazy right-wing conspiracy theorist, like whatever. It's totally fine. I'm not like interested in trying to, like stir anything up to, I don't know, like explore that. It was just a very weird thing to be a part of, because she was extremely influential in the music department. She was one of the top music streamers at the time. And I mean, I definitely felt like I started getting kind of the cold shoulder from other streamers because of that influence. And I can't put all that blame on her, because at the end of the day, I did choose to go ahead and say my thoughts in a public space. And that is, a possibility of what's going to happen if you start expressing your views. But I also know a lot of people were afraid of her, because she was very intimidating. She would put her thoughts out there in a very harsh way, and other people had expressed that long before a lot of the politics stuff. So that's just kind of her personality. And I do she is talented. She's very talented. She's a great pianist. She's got an incredible ear. That's probably her biggest strength, way better than mine. And I just, I'm just sad, honestly. I'm sad. I know she's not sad, and I probably shouldn't be sad for her, but I am sad that so many women feel like they have to go down this route, to get more money, and to there's got to be other ways, other areas for you to explore. And I mean, she's not young. She's my age. So she's around 40. She doesn't have kids, and she's not married. So she's in a completely different lifestyle that I'm in. I wouldn't do that if I were single, but I'm certainly not going to do that. Definitely would absolutely never do that with kids, So I know that she's in a different place. So it's hard. It's you don't want to judge, but it's just, I just kind of sometimes want to shake some of these women and feel you're really a lot better than this. Right. Don't devalue yourself, Well,
but the thing you hear about this is that it's empowering to women. That's the shield that they use. This is empowering for me to be able to do this and show off my body, and look at me. I'm doing what's right for women. How dare you look at me and judge me? Because I'm empowering women.
Yeah, that's absurd. It's degrading, but for some reason, and I think that I think it's a combination of things. But once women started profiting off of these men, then they started to feel okay, wait a minute, maybe this is a thing. And then you also have the male feminist types who are encouraging women to do this because they want to see them naked. So it's just it's people fueling this degeneracy that is hurting everybody across the board, whether they realize it or not. And even with these women who are making a bunch of money, they're losing their soul in the process, and to go that kind of route. And you can be a girl on the internet and make something of yourself. I mean, look what Desiree does, Blabs, what I try to do. We have our thing. We have, in this case, being in the nerd gamer space and all that sort of thing. There shouldn't be, it doesn't have to be different of okay, I'm a woman that does this just like a guy can go and stream games and talk about games and things like that. But once you have these women who have taken things to that different level and kind of corrupted and also made things more difficult for us who are actually trying to be legit. Now people will see a girl streaming a game and they just assume, what's your OnlyFans then? Where can I find your OnlyFans? Right. And it's goodness, they're just ruining things for a lot of women and building a reputation for a lot of women that a lot of us do not want to be tied to.
Yeah,
well, allow me to
for everybody.
Allow me to speak for men here when speaking of this girl. No one's gonna want to touch this lady. She's single, and she's gonna remain single, because unless you find some and the reality is that it's gonna take some super beta cuck to go be yes, of course, go on stream, honey, share it with the world.
Well,
what a fucking idiot.
Poll, would you date an OnlyFans girl? Currently 13% says yes.
There's a difference between dating and actually having a relationship. I'm sure there's a lot of guys who would like to date. I should make a new poll and say
serious dating.
There's a lot serious relationship. There's a lot of people who would like to date an OnlyFans girl.
And to be fair, I know Laura is not interested in getting married to anybody. Or at least if I mean, that's what she always says. I don't think she does not want kids. She does not want to get married. At least that was the last I heard. I doubt that's changed.
Well, allow me to kind of let her know and give her a brief look into her future. In 20 years, you're going to be sad and lonely. Right. And you may love your life right now, but the best thing you could possibly do is get married and have kids. I'm sorry. It's the best thing you can possibly do. And you can talk about how great your life is, but at the end of the day, you're going to feel emptiness. You will.
Well, and it's just that, the OnlyFans, it's so common now. I don't understand. I don't see how it's going to even be, you're going to be able to even make money off of this soon. Because everyone, right? Like, I mean, are people really making that much money?
It's like the top 0.5% or however little are making a ton of money, and the rest are ruining their reputations and degrading themselves for less than they would make working at McDonald's. It's really sad that that's all it takes. And I think that going back to that 13% or however many guys who say, yeah, they would date or marry a girl like that, then they're also devaluing themselves. So the girls are devaluing themselves by selling their butthole for $5 on the internet. And the guys who would even commit to a woman like that are devaluing themselves, because that's not the way things are supposed to be. It's degrading all around for everybody participating.
Oh, but we're not done yet, because we have more. We could talk about how people are getting on this train. Obviously, Amaranth, she's getting on the train. She has the censor bars on her and stuff. That's all great. But wouldn't you know that this is not just a girl thing, as some guys have got on the train.
You haven't gone on Twitch without me knowing about it, have you?
I've seen some parodies. It's hilarious. Oh, no!
It's not Craig. Okay.
Oh! See, I saw one with a guy who put on prosthetic titties and put a censor bar over it. That was funny. But this, you know what? This is what it's going to take for Twitch to actually do something. This is very gross and I don't want to see it, but this is what guys are going to have to do to push back against this stuff. To be like, wait a minute.
Equality.
Stop this double standard crap.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, the guy is, he's really aggressive with what he's doing on camera behind that black bar, right?
I seriously thought it was you saying you went and filmed yourself with a black bar on Twitch or something.
Blabs, do I look like this guy? Do I look like him?
You wanted to do some autistic streaming the other day. I was like, oh my God, he did it without me knowing.
I would never do something like that. Never. No.
He would never tie a string to a hot dog around his waist and try to put it in his mouth. Ever.
Ever. Listen, the hot dog toss was just that was you can thank Shamsa for that.
So if Shamsa sent you $1K to do that, would you do it?
No, because I never said I would do it in the first place.
True. Okay.
If Shamsa just wanted to come in, if anybody wanted to come in and drop a $1,000 bomb right now, you know what I would do? I would say thanks. I greatly appreciate it. And then Blabs would do the hot dog toss.
Hell no, I won't.
Twitch is just one giant meme right now, and they're really, their reputation is looking terrible with all this. What they really need is moderators especially on the just chatting section, but even everywhere, to ban this stuff on the spot. It's like, instead of, don't give it some time and don't let's figure this out. Ban it on the spot and let them appeal, and then you can look into it. But immediately you see censor bars, you see pixelated censor stuff over anything that even remotely looks like implied nudity. Ban it on the spot. Get it off there as quickly as possible before people are making clips and this and that. They need to be watching like hawks and taking this stuff down, because this is pathetic at this point.
It is, which is why it's important that everybody goes to kick.com/Lady Desiree and support true talent. Support true talent. Make sure you hit the follow button over there, and obviously subscribe over here and support Lady Desiree as she gets back on the throne of Queen Pianist on the internet. Which is
careful how you say that word, Craig.
Pianist.
There you go. Right? That's a little better. Yeah. Emphasize A.
Queen of something.
Well,
something specific.
There you go. Let's we'll move on. We'll move on to our next story. But first, Joe came in. The Pure Blood says, hey y'all. For the guy who wants to know how to speak to women, first make contact, then smile. If she smiles, go up and say hello. Cheers. Thanks, Joe.
Good advice. Good advice.
Wolfsman says, I'm scare-roused. Fry from Futurama. Push-up says, Merry Christmas to all. Cheers. Thank you, Push-ups.
Merry
Appreciate
Christmas,
that.
push-ups.
Omega Supremo Cheese says Twitch is a cesspool. It's literally a farm for girls to send underage boys to their OnlyFans. Yes, that's where it's going right now. Gary's Beard Crab says, best way to talk to a woman is run at her full speed with your arms locked to at your side and then immediately start screaming. Warhammer 40K or stick, love that. It's not intimidating at all.
Wow.
There you go. Miku nailed it right here. 2016. Stop objectifying me. 2023. Sub to my OnlyFans.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that's what's so
Yup.
weird. It's just to see. I mean, Melanie, you probably know too. You've been around long enough. I mean, there's just so many girls that like started out very normal.
Yes.
Too. Just like normal girls, and now they've like gone full, like completely lean into it. It's just so.
Yep. Back in the day when streaming
crazy.
games was new and stuff, it was like all the girls on there, we were in that try hard gamer girl mode. Like, okay, I'm gonna play these competitive games. I'm gonna wear a giant hoodie. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna prove like, okay, I'm a real gamer. I have this, that, and the other. That's kind of this try hard mode that a lot of girls had. And I know that was kind of cringe, but still that's better than what they've done now. And so then girls started, first it was, let's just do some cosplay streams. And then, let's do some sexy cosplay streams. And then now it's just full out what it is now. And so, I miss the days when the very high majority of girls in this space wanted to really prove themselves. But now they just feel like, why should I when I can just make more money being a degenerate?
It's so easy. It's so easy. Omega says, I hate men, but also buy pics of my beehole. $4.99. The reality is they hate themselves, right?
Yeah.
They're looking to fill their lives with something. And A Push-Up says, Blabs has a nice smile. Hey, thanks, Push-Ups. Look at that. A Serious Man says, Happy New Year, Side Scrollers crew. See y'all again in 2024. Yep. You got good stuff going. Andrew says, I could date an OnlyFans girl, but she has to leave that life behind. Right. And
there you go.
And that's just it. That's the reality is once they get that taste, it's like that crack. They don't want to give it up because they got all that money, that OF money rolling in. Good luck with that, Andrew. Matthew says, have you seen Twitch moderators? They're probably the ones watching those women. Thank you, Matthew. Gary's Beardcraft says, that may only work if you look like Henry Cavill.
Oh, the Warhammer 40K thing.
GK says Twitch is R worded. Thanks, GK. Appreciate
True.
that. And Powderkeg Greg says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Look up biblical accurate angel toppers for trees. It's amazing.
That is rad. Oh my goodness. I want one now that you mentioned that. Next year I'm gonna do that.
What is it? Are they awesome or what?
Well, biblically accurate angels are like a bunch of eyeballs and twirly things. Now it really depends on which version, but if you just Google biblically accurate angel, yeah, because I mean angels have appeared to people in a human form, but yeah, if you really read a lot of descriptions of angels, yeah, you see a lot of stuff like this.
That's what's the word? That's right, terrifying. That's
Yes.
that's the word.
Yeah, I think that's why when they appear to people, a lot of times they have human form because otherwise you'd have a heart attack seeing that.
Oh my gosh. Push-Up says best approach to a girl is to show her your Tomb Raider 3 stats and see if she calls you a fig.
Good strategy.
Nice Push-Ups. Kyle says, thank you so much, Kyle. Says, I say the best way to talk to a woman is don't. Go to an arcade bar. Pretend like you don't care when you catch a first glance. Make sure that they see it. They want you. They'll make the first move. Oh, Kyle.
Interesting. Expecting the girl to make the first move. Interesting. I will say though, if you're in the market and looking for a woman, like also, and this applies to both women looking for men as well, level up yourself. Go to the gym. Get your nutrition on point. Figure out your style. Get yourself like looks maxing as much as possible, so that because this is going to affect your entire market. You know what I mean? It's like what you're able to pull. So why would you not? You know what I mean? Go to church. There we go. Snot lips. I agree. So that's my advice to people. Hey, if you're single and you don't want to be, why not just level up yourself as much as possible and get the best that you can.
Yeah, or just be like this guy. Or whatever. Desiree, what are your thoughts? Like, how did your husband approach you initially? Do you remember?
My fiance, soon to be husband. I like a guy that can take charge. So he we actually met on Bumble, which is hilarious though. Because he's not really he's not
so
a tech
dating
guy.
apps can work.
They can work.
There's
but
hope.
the people at his work kind of bullied him to do it, and that that's kind of a funny thing. Right. And
bullying does work.
It does.
I almost swiped left on him because I had a rule that I wasn't going to swipe right on anybody that was shirtless because I thought it's going to be a booty call if they have a shirtless photo. But he had a picture of he had lots of pictures, but one was with washing his dogs, and he's in incredible shape. I mean, he is in top tier shape. Okay, I cannot believe I'm with a guy that's hot. I'm not gonna lie. And so I read his profile and I was like, oh, he actually seems like a pretty good guy. So I swiped right, and we've been together ever since. So he's great. One day I'll try and get him to get in front of a camera, but he is with definitely
the shirt.
I was gonna say, dude, you guys live out in the do you guys do you wash your clothes on his abs?
maybe not. But no, he's a very based guy. He's very more of a traditional kind of guy. And I appreciate that because I've been more with the very beta kind of guys, and I just can't personally. I can't respect that. I want a guy that's going to feel like is going to protect me and take care of me, and he's so incredibly respectful too. There's such a bad he's not some kind of male that would woman, I don't want to hear your pin. We have great. He respects me. He opens the doors for my car door every time. I feel like he is the ideal mix of a strong alpha male that that also respects women, not just women across the board, women that deserve respect, and I deserve respect. So
I think the alpha male does.
That for you.
The alpha male does respect women. That's the thing.
Exactly. And people want to pretend online that it's just this toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. Guys who disrespect women or guys who can't be sensitive to a woman isn't an alpha. They're not alpha male. An alpha male can provide for a woman emotionally as well and let her confide in him, and he's strong in handling that. And so just like what you were talking about with that balance, that's how my dad is with my mom, my brothers with their wives. I think it's wonderful, and I'm so happy you have that.
It's great.
I was watching this I think it was Violent Night. Have you seen that movie with Santa where he's going through and he's rolling through all the bad guys? Have you seen that movie? It came out last year.
That sounds amazing.
Spectacular. But there's a saying in it. It was something along the lines of, you need to be strong enough to know when to not be strong. More or less something along those lines. And I think that's, or be strong enough to know when to be gentle or something along those lines. And there's a lot to that line for sure. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm mega alpha dude, but I think that there's, you need to treat women right, open the doors for them, let them know how pretty they are and all that fun stuff. And that goes a long way because women are different than men.
And it's not I'm demanding that honestly, there's so many times Jason, you don't have to get my door. It'll be raining outside. Don't get my door. He's nope. And he goes and gets it. And I think it's so sweet. I love that he does that. But I've never been you have to open your door that kind of Miss Prissy, dote on me every single second. But he just does. And I do. I mean, I appreciate it. It's nice. Yeah. It's nice to feel revered. we're still on equal footing, but it's nice to feel like appreciated and kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's really lost in society.
It is. It is. It was when I was at church. I don't know. It's been like I think this was like last month. Dad opened the car door for Mom, and I was like on my phone, so I didn't get out right away. And then he opened my door, and I was like, I have not had my door open for me in so long. I didn't even know what to think. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad.
Oh, Dad. All right, let's move on to our next story here. We can talk about Desiree's.
We're getting girl talk here.
I can talk about the next couple hours.
Washboard stomach fiance over here and make herself feel.
I won't exploit myself on the internet, but I'll exploit him. So yeah.
There you go.
Aww.
Aaron says, "Great panel with the $50 super chats. Congratulations on all your success, Craig. I appreciate all that you do. Merry Christmas, everyone." Well, it's all of our success, Aaron. Thank you very much for your support. That is incredibly appreciated. And guess what, Aaron? You, my friend, are going on the wall. Hey, do me a favor and look at it right there. And while we do that, Blabs, will you read this off from Mark Diaz, who also came in with a 50?
Mark Diaz for 50 balls. Hey all, Merry Christmas and thank you for the live streams. I love to listen every day. Because of you guys, I discovered Melanie, Blabs, and Nerdrotic. I love y'all. Merry Christmas again. Well, Merry
We
Christmas
love
to
you, Mark.
too.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Oh my god, so many.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mark. Greatly appreciate that. Let's get you guys on the wall, looking nice and pretty back there. It's almost full. Let's fill it up, baby. Kyle says, like load to your God, told DSP, work on your sexy. Nice. Extra Zero came into the 2, says, I also met my wife on Bumble. Pro tip, it's pay to win. Nice. Pokey Tavern says, thanks, guys. You and G&G inspired me to start game streaming and Pokemon unboxing live. Keep up the good fight. Hail Side Scroll is G&G and Nerdrotic. Hey, that's awesome. Good for you. I think that seems like some people will be really into is the collecting aspect of unboxing of Poke cards and stuff. Miku came back, says, but Fleckus Talks told me to do henchman maxing. I don't even know what that is.
Henchman maxing. I don't know.
Cliff came in and says, OF is also ruining dating. Spend $100 per date and little chance to see them naked, or spend $5 to do the same. People are choosing the cheaper route.
You shouldn't be spending money and taking people on dates to see them naked. You should be marriage-minded, looking for a mate. That's what's ruined dating is hookup culture, if we're being real. And OnlyFans is a product of that. Man, is that like I said this before, and I've said this again. Actually, I've had several people reach out about doing like a Gen Z dating panel because it's so intimidating to me. Like just the idea of going back, like Des, you met your fiance on Bumble. Like I don't even know what that is. I think it's an app that I thought it wasn't like an only girl. I thought it was like all girls though.
It's like the girls have to make the first move. I mean, it's changed so much, and I don't even know like now how it is. But yeah, so the girls like have to match with you, and they have to message you, so you don't. It's kind of to protect girls a little bit.
Okay. But yeah, like the entire culture behind it is just amazing. And I don't even know, amazing in that it's so foreign to me. It's scary. I met my wife. You
should be scared. Well, I guess you don't have to be scared, but yeah,
it's
a scary place.
I met my wife in the traditional way, in person, which was crazy. So I can't even imagine. Like when my daughters, as they get older, what like apps and stuff?
Hopefully things will course correct by the time they're older and looking for husbands, because right now it's not in a good place.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and you have to consider too, like I'm older and Jason was older too. So like if we'd been younger, we would have been out and might have run into each other, but I'm not out a lot of places to meet people. And trust me, I met a lot of weirdos before him. So yeah, there's a lot of weird ones out there on the dating apps. I got very, very lucky.
Matthew came in with the $50 Canadian super chat. Says, to anyone out there who's struggling to find a woman, something my therapist told me is to try to focus on other things. Do things you like, and maybe someone will come your way, or not. But just don't get down on yourself.
That's good. Good advice.
That. Yeah, man. Like don't get so hung up on it. If you get hyper focused on it, it's gonna make you miserable. But Matthew, thank you very much. Let's get you on the wall, my dude. And Blabs, why don't you read off a couple of these from Gaming with Spoons here and continue as I put this up on the wall.
Okay, gaming with spoons for $5. Controversial opinion. Twitch needs to get rid of hot tub streams and the softcore porn. We have adult sites for that. Keep kids off of Twitch.
Agree.
I mean, that's the parents' job to keep them off of Twitch and all that stuff too.
Right. But yeah, hot tub streaming should not be a category. They need to lock down. They need to restructure the entire website, have stricter rules for just chatting, have stricter rules for code of conduct with what you're allowed to wear. It's time to make some big changes.
Ice Cold came in and says, here's some dating advice. Don't be like Destiny and you'll be okay. I've heard about that.
Destiny.
Oh, is he the one that had that open marriage? Is that what he's talking about?
He ran away with somebody else.
Don't do no open marriages. My
and don't be
gosh.
like Adam 22 either.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. That's crazy.
And trust me, a woman can't respect that. If a guy, first of all, if any woman says she wants an open relationship, just say, okay, bye. But there's no winning for a guy to say yes, because then she won't respect him as a man. There's just, nobody should be agreeing to that kind of arrangement.
Man, Olympus came in and says, Merry Christmas. Toxic masculinity is not too much masculinity. It's a lack of masculinity.
Yes.
Strong enough to be gentle was also the advice Peter Cullen's brother gave him for Optimus Prime's voice. Yeah. Maybe that's where I heard it. Maybe that's where I heard it. Yes. Thank you, Olympus, Golem of Light. Push-up says, if you can't do at least 2,000 push-ups, ignore the beta.
Jesus.
Well, that's I guess we're all betas then. Hey, thank you so much.
No, just kidding.
We're Jason at. Hey, thank you so much, Nagger.
His name is Sean. It actually is just Sean. So before you hurt yourself, say Sean.
Thanks, Nagger and all. Thanks, Sean. Jeremy says Gen Z dating sucks. Sorry, Jeremy. You are. I mean, I can only imagine.
Yeah, but I mean, Dermy's also fighting Rachel Zegler again. So.
Oh no, they're fighting online.
Yeah, again.
All right. Mika says, I've been going through a rough patch in my marriage and had to divorce my wife and could use company. Girls, my name is Destiny. Thank you, Mika. Appreciate that. Antihero says, I found you guys through Razor Fist, and as a guy as old as Mario and Donkey Kong, I feel right at home. Merry Christmas from me and my doggo, Alpha. Hey,
nice.
Antihero, appreciate
Merry
you, man.
Christmas.
All right. Let's get to another story here. We got a few Rumble rants. We're going to get to those in a minute, but first, let's get to some more stories as we finish up the show. Do you recall, I think it was last week or so, there was some news around the internet about the PlayStation and Sony actually removing games and specifically movies that you owned. You had the digital copy of them, and they would no longer be available to you. Do you ladies remember this story?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those stories that you look at and you say, well, we truly aren't going to own anything. Well, we're going to go to our old friend David Jaffe, Melanie. Over on
my
Twitter.
bestie.
He put out a tweet, says, well, it looks like they've reversed the course. I feel guilty about leaking all that Insomniac stuff. Apparently, they said, they sent this email out. It says, you may have previously received communication that as of December 31st, you will no longer be able to watch certain previous purchase discovery content and that such content would be removed from your video library. However, due to updated licensing arrangements, the discovery content removal plan for December 31st is no longer occurring. We appreciate your ongoing support and feedback. So if you own any of that stuff like Dog the Bounty Hunter or whatever, you will still be able to have it. Hallelujah. Congratulations. But I do think it's worth noting that I think this is kind of like a warning sign. Use this as a warning sign to really double up on the physical media and other things.
And it's still only a matter of time. It's like, okay, yay, they got the licensing right now. Well, what about a decade from now when they take it all down again? It's going to happen.
Right. Des, do you download any things, or are you a physical media person, or do you do digital media?
Kind of a mix.
Do you have anything that was going to be that's been removed after you've already owned it?
I don't think I have, but I mean, it definitely is really concerning. We're so destructive in this family. It's just nice to have like digital stuff because I feel like everything just gets scuffed and messed up. So from that standpoint, but it does make me nervous to feel like things could just be taken away like that too.
I love the idea that your fiance is going to be this like tell-all, like perfect man who can clean all the scuffs out of DVDs, and if he needs something, just the shine of his smile will make it will clean it, make it the ultimate alpha Chad, which is great. All right, let's go to another quick hit here to finish up. We saw the big scam of the day before last week, where it was released, and then 4 days later, the entire studio shut down. This was chaos. This is, some people say, the biggest scam in video game history, or the biggest possible fail in video game history. As the day before was released, and then just 4 days later, the entire thing shut down. But the servers were still up to where you could still play the game. But my friends, that is not the case anymore, as a letter has been sent out via X that from the day before, saying, "Dear community, we regret to inform you that the development company Fantastic has officially ceased operation. And as a result, the day before will be retired, and the servers will be turned off on January 22nd, 2024. As previously communicated, Montoya, I guess, Mytona, as the investor, has been working in collaboration with Steam to facilitate refunds for all the game purchasers. For any players that have not already had their purchase refunded, Steam is now proactively refund all remaining players. We extend our gratitude to the games, to the blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so they're shutting everything down. If you bought it, sorry, and you can get your refund, but this has got to be the quickest turnaround we've ever seen. Just an entire game service company shut down after the release of a game. Melanie, your thoughts?
That's embarrassing. That's just like, that's a huge L. I think anybody who was working for them, good luck. Hopefully they can rebound from something like that. But yeah, I can't even imagine being tied to that project.
I can't imagine, like, at a certain point, is anybody, let's just say you work for Fantastic. Do you put that on your resume?
I wouldn't.
Right. And you say, well, I worked on this game. Like, did you really work on it? Because from what I understand, the game was a compilation of like community developers. Like, it was just a bunch of people who were working on it almost like for free. Volunteer community developers, which is crazy to think. Even if you were working on it from a voluntary standpoint, I don't know if you'd want to be attached to this whole thing. Desiree, have you ever been attached to something that's failed so miserably that you just don't want to even be associated with it?
I don't think so.
No,
unless you want to count Twitch, but
oh man, that's crazy. And let's go to one last quick hit. Blabs, how you doing? How's your voice still holding up?
Yeah, I know. I saw. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. I'm kind of dying right now.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Because guess
I think
what?
Melanie can cover for me though.
Oh, this would be good because Raider came in with the $150 super chat. Says request Jingle Bells in the Asian accent. In the second verse, Batman Smells in the German accent. All right.
Let me get the Batman Smells version lyrics so that I can.
It's like Batman smells Robin laid an egg or something.
Jingle Bells, Batman Smells lyrics.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was that. Oh yeah.
This is like it was on The Simpsons a long time ago. Raider, thank you so much. We're gonna get you on the wall, my friend. That is massive and huge, and we got a song coming for you.
Oh, the pressure is real. I'm nervous.
Oh, all of a sudden.
Can I accompany you, Melanie, on the piano?
Yes.
Would that be helpful?
That would be great.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melanie Mack.
Give me a start. Can you give me a starting note so I know what key you want to sing it in?
Okay. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Okay.
Really? That's really high. You sure?
Jingle bells.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to take off my headphones, so I'm just gonna start playing. So tell me when you're like, give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, you got it. I'm Blabs. We're out of here. This is strictly these two young ladies, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be spectacular.
All right.
Side by side. This is Melanie Mack and Lady Desiree singing Jingle Bells in an Asian accent, with the second verse being German. Here we go.
Is that good?
All right.
Let's do this. jingle all the way. What a fun it is to ride on one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bears, jingle all the way. Or fun it is to ride on one horse open. Oh, let's do one more. There we go. Okay. I don't know this part. Senpai on the sleigh.
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I need to do this. The Batman Smells version part 2.
Okay. Well, how about you just do it a cappella?
Okay,
Yay.
here we go. That was Und Bells Batman smells Robin laid an egg.
What? Why are you so angry?
It's Germans are mad. It is to ride on the one horse und sleigh. Get back to work.
You're so mad. Raider, thank you so much. Wow. Hey, big ups to Lady Desiree for that. That was awesome. Hey, once again, head over and subscribe to Desiree over on Kick. Definitely don't subscribe to Melanie for that singing. I promise you that. But for other good stuff. All right, one last story, ladies. And once again, we got some super chats and Rumble rants. We're going to hit those up in just a second. Thank you guys very much. And apparently we got some memes today to finish up the year, which is great. Okay, this is pretty awesome. Over on X, we have this story. Illumination reportedly have shared a pitch with Nintendo to create a shared cinematic universe that would evolve into a Super Smash Brothers film. The universe would require multiple spin-off films after the Mario movies earlier this year. So we've talked about this before. We all knew this was coming, or at least we thought this was coming. This would be the next step, that we have multiple Mario spin-offs, which will ultimately come to one of the best crossovers in video game history is obviously Smash Brothers and party game, fighting game, whatever you want to call it. Man, that would be such a great thing. And I tweeted out that I think this is just the next step. This is Nintendo dominating cinema for the next 15 to 20 years. Mm-hmm. This could be absolutely spectacular. Desiree, is there a Nintendo franchise that you would like to see adapted over to a movie that, you know, maybe not be mainstream, or what's your favorite?
Well, I'm interested to see how the Zelda stuff is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's been noted on the bottom here that, you know, they talk about the Zelda live action is coming soon, but it's noted here on the side that the Zelda live action would not be included in this, as it would be made by a completely different studio, and that they would need to be a separate live action, animated film to be a part of this. So pretty interesting stuff.
I want to see Fire Emblem. That's probably my favorite Nintendo property. I think a Fire Emblem movie, especially if kind of a more mature route, less cartoony, all that kind of stuff, especially like with the Three Houses cast, you could make something amazing, or a brand new thing that could be epic.
Blabs, do you have a thought on what you think the next?
I'm for this. Here's the thing: I'm not a Nintendo fan. You know that. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it's there, but I never really played it as a kid. That wasn't my thing. But I'm for it because right now entertainment sucks, and Nintendo seems to be doing a good job. So I'm for it. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for you fans out there who want it. So.
I love the Mario movie that came out, and I thought it was so fun, and it was just cool to see him imagine stuff, and I love like when Donkey Kong's world and all of that. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I thought it was a cute movie. I'll probably never watch it again just because it's not really for me, but it was a decent movie.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I do think it was a little overrated, not gonna lie.
Everyone was like, oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, it was good.
It was solid, like 7.58 for me. I think they did, it was very charming, and they did a great job with some of the characters. I don't think all, but I also can't help but be a little bit concerned once things that we love do go Hollywood, because that's when we see a lot of the downfall of that. That's what happened with Tomb Raider. And so, yeah, I could. It's scary to see. It's like, and especially when it does have some sort of influence back on the games as well. What was that, like Princess Peach on the cover, how they changed her appearance. I don't know if it was
she doesn't
just
wear a dress, she wears pants and all that.
well, they changed her face to look more like the the movie version versus her. And I don't know if that was only changed for the US release or what it was, but when they changed the box art and there was a lot of backlash about it, they did go for more of that movie version of her face. And so stuff like that, and it might seem so minor, but stuff like that is where I start to have some sort of concern, because when it's like, okay, they go Hollywood, they go super mainstream, and then that's fine and good, but when it starts when they incorporate that into the games and make changes to the games and make the games more Hollywood, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know about this.
I think that when you look at this art and you look at the different franchises here and the number of possibilities that are attached, you think about what does obviously a Metroid movie look like? What does a Pokemon movie look like? What does a Kid Icarus movie look like? At the top over here. And you go down the list, and that's the thing that's intriguing to me. And then how do they all intertwine? I think Nintendo would probably go in on Splatoon earlier than most other franchises because they love their Splatoon, man, and they like to help those kids. So, but Star Fox, Splatoon, obviously Metroid, Donkey Kong, there's so many possibilities here. And then to say, well, guess what? In 10 years from now, we're gonna create a Smash Brothers, whatever, or 15 years. That's really exciting to me. I think it's just as a giant Nintendo dork.
As long as it's not overly saturated and they learn from Marvel and Disney, like what not to do. Okay, they did that. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this. I think that'd be a great thing to follow.
Yeah. I don't think you're certainly not going to see billion-dollar movie, billion after billion after billion. But I think what you will see is really good. Like as long as Shigeru Miyamoto is attached to these, we'll be fine. That's really the thing to all this. So, hey Blabs.
Hey girl. Hi.
Dumb Friday.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know what he was going to tell me. Come back. Oh.
Let's go, ladies.
Insidious Bliss came in with a $100 direct donation. Says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's get some more songs from Blabs. Oh boy. Hey Blabs, how about you just sing your donkey song from earlier? That was good for you, right?
Was it good for you?
Yes.
It's great for us. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Blabs singing the crazy Italian donkey song, Insidious Bliss. Do me a favor, look at it. Look at it. Ready, Blabs?
Yeah, but I can't go as hardcore as before. Oh, yeah, okay, hi. All right. I changed up the lyrics to like another website. Anyway, this one says Jing, but it's Ching. Ching-a-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw. It's Dominic the donkey. Ching-a-ching, hee-haw, hee-haw. Italian Christmas donkey. La, 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 la,
la, la, la, la, la, la, la.
And then it just keeps going for a whole bunch of other verses. I sent it to private chat. You guys have to listen to the song. It's top.
Okay.
All right, maybe we'll do it here in a little bit. That's just crazy. Thank you so much, Insidious Bliss. I'm sorry.
Sounds like not again.
Found my girlfriend on TikTok after deleting all my dating apps. Wow,
TikTok.
That's a first.
Interesting.
It's crazy. Extra Zero says, I agree with Dez. I used online dating because I was working 60 plus hours and wanted to meet a woman who shared my values. App made it work in a blue state. Oh, good for you.
That's great. That's great.
Miku says, quick, name a game you'd give as coal to someone. Superman 64.
E.T.
There you go.
I feel like that's a waste of money, so I would just give them coal.
There you go.
Why support something you hate?
Super Sentai guy says, Twitter shoplifting have paid levels depending onto types of content. I don't even know what I just read.
I agree.
Yes. Thank you, Super Sentai guy. I'm sorry, I didn't even understand what that was. Dan says, hi, everyone. Sorry, I haven't been able to watch the podcast lately. Too busy getting ready for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, Dan. I hope you have a great Christmas with your family for sure. Alejandro says, Craig, huge fan since Screw Attack. Love all the honest work and your consistent soul. I strive to emulate that always. By the way, anyone told you that you look like Doctor Strange?
No.
But Alejandro, thank you very much for the kind message, and just do your best to be you, and don't bend the knee. Mercenary says, no live action. I want Luigi's Mansion movie with GB Game Boy.
That's what I was saying with Game Boy.
I thought Great Britain.
Anti-Hero says, the German accent offended me so much, I'm going to invade Poland. we are not that angry. Anti-Hero, thank you. Oh, that's funny. Henry says, never got Shoop. Can Mel come in with the assist?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that
It's
is.
the Shoop,
The
salt and pepper.
That's right. That's right.
It was a big song in the 90s. Y'all are too young.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Desiree singing Shoop. Fire away.
Shoop, shoop, shoop-a-doo. That's all I got.
There we go. I love it.
And he's coming this way. Yeah, that's right. I know that song. That's how the song goes. And then there's like a rap part. Sorry. Yeah, I know that song way too well, which is good. Thank you, Desiree. And yeah, sorry about that. I tried to shoot it up for you guys. Random Nobody came back over on Rumble. Says, Blabs, did you know that Side Scrollers has a BitChute channel? It's called Craig Skits and has 166 subscribers. Yeah, I signed up for all that stuff, BitChute and all those like ancillary alt tech platforms for people who want to watch it. It's a Castanet. The Craig Skits Side Scrollers channel is a rebrand of the Craig Skits channel, so it makes sense. Vault came back, says, Blabs, BBC stands for bagging, boarding, chatting. Hail Gary. Thank you, Vault. Appreciate that. Pepe says, sad truth, guilt and innocence is in the eye of the beholder. Think Trump is guilty of all he is accused, yet believe other charges on other folks. Yet will believe other charges on other folks. Bias is real and a way of life. Happy holidays. Thank you, Pepe. Paul says, Melanie is one of my favorite childhood games, was remastered perfectly. There was even a particular glitch that reminded Medieval look for a skeleton in a suit of armor. Thank you, Paul.
Nice.
Appreciate that. And I'm scrolling and I want to get to them. Blake says, it's sad that these girls think the only value they have is their bodies. Speaking of the OnlyFans, not you, young ladies. Shane says, just study Steve Carell's character from Anchorman and you'll snag a snazzy lady. Loud noises. That's great. Shane came back, says, my wife and I are a part of a same co-ed pharmaceutical fraternity. She was my big brother while I was pledging. What? So I like to tell people I married my big bro without any context.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Shane. Sounds good. Don't make it weird now, okay? All right. And Super Sentai guy says, I'm so sorry. Voice to text seriously screwed up. Yeah, because I had no idea what was happening there, Super Sentai guy. Appreciate that. And Aquilum Auratum came in as a Prime member for 18 months over on Twitch. All right. Ladies, that is it.
No, it's not.
Because we have memes.
That's
That
right.
is not it. We have memes. Laz, what do we got?
So from Extra Zero, he says, Adam, oh, hang on, now I can't read it. Adam seems distressed by Craig's beating phrase.
Oh, no.
That's great. New Year's celebration on Side Scrollers. We are all getting drunk. Look at our fancy glasses.
Look
Getting
at that.
Yeah. Look, Craig still has his hat on, too. That's the best part.
I do look like I've had a few too many.
Now, I don't know what this is. I have not even played this, so this will be great. It says, Extra Zero. Thank you, Craig, for inspiring us all, especially inspiring Blabs to overcome adversity. Okay?
It's time for Moments of Inspiration with Stuttering Craig.
Love this. Okay. Some of the most incredible people in the world are autistic, right?
Yeah.
Ching chong wanna try. Ching chong wanna lie.
Absolutely brilliant.
This has been Moments of Inspiration with Stuttering Craig.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Amazing.
Then,
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go. It's me.
Hi, Craig.
Here we go.
Yikes.
Nice.
That's Craig done.
Wow.
I think there was one more. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. We got Dr. Craig Strange. With the headphones, too.
Looking
Let's
good, looking
see.
sharp.
And that is it. There
Wow. Great stuff. As Clemson says, that is haunting.
Yeah.
Me just hanging out like that. All
we
right.
go. I gotta wash my eyes.
Me too. I don't even want to see that. All right. With that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I encourage everyone to go find all these wonderful ladies and go subscribe to their channels. Obviously, you can go find Desiree over on Kick right now. She is 12 short of 1,300 followers. So now just 5 short of 1,300 followers. So go over there and hit the follow button and join Lady Desiree. You stream up pretty much every day, right?
Every weekday.
Yeah, which is awesome. So if you want to hear some phenomenal music and support this young, talented, wonderful woman, you can.
I don't know about young, but thank you.
I'm propping you up.
I'll take it.
You can also find Melanie Mack on her multiple channels, Melanie Mack Go Boom and Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Hey, it's a really important time to be thinking about the Bible, right? You should go listen to that stuff, right, Melanie?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You have anything coming up that you want to talk or share about?
No, kind of. Yeah. After Christmas, I'll be back in the swing of things more, but I've been taking it easy until then.
All right. And Blabs, do you have anything? You have any crazy streams coming up? By the way, I have one announcement I want to make at the tail end of this, so don't leave you just yet. Go ahead, Blabs.
Okay. Help make it to my monetization on YouTube, guys. I need more watch hours, so I'll probably be doing some Harry Potter live streams there. I'm making a massive Hogwarts Legacy video, and I went down a rabbit hole. I found out there was a they-them villain in the game. It's amazing. I'm like, yeah. So that's happening. Other than that, find me on Kick. I'll be streaming the finals and stuff. So.
Love it. Well, I'll tell you what. I have one more thing I wanted to say before we go. My brother and I will be doing a return of a show that we did a long time ago. And those who know. I'm just going to play about 10 seconds of this, and people are going to know exactly what this is. Those who knew.
Life is hard, but you can't give up. Let's have a conversation. We're gonna make it today. Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
So that was the theme song to Weekdays with Craig and Brad, which we did
Wow.
during the COVID days. And Brad will be joining me for a special Weekdays with Craig and Brad episode on this channel. And that'll be sometime the week after Christmas. So just be ready to go. It's very 80s, very fun, and super stupid. So it's great. But so yes, you will see me one time. It'll be unannounced, and we're just going to go on the channel. So just be ready for it sometime after Christmas. So before we go, Emperor Nero says, cells don't down with Puritans on both sides. Yeah, I hear that. People living on the extreme on all sides, man. It's crazy. Blabs.
What'd I do? I didn't do anything. Is it a singing thing?
Kratos El Greatos came in with a $100 direct donation. Guys, you have been spectacular today, and we appreciate all your support. Kratos El Greatos says, can we get a farewell? Fa ra 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 ra.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah, go ahead, Blabs.
I'm gonna do a minion style. Farewell, la 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 la.
I love it.
It's like a Stitch Golem thing. I don't know.
Kratos,
That's cute.
last one on the wall so far for the year. Kratos Greatest, look at it. Look at it. Fa ra 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 ra. Right over here. All right, let's get out of here. Big ups to Desiree for coming on today and spilling the tea on all the fun. Melanie for hanging out with us as always on Fridays. And by the way, we didn't even announce this yet. Melanie's going to be joining us twice a week in 2024, which will be great.
Yay! I am so excited for that. It's going to be a great year.
Yes, we're doing Tuesdays and Fridays. Yeah, which is great. So Tuesdays and Fridays with Melanie Mack. So great stuff. And obviously Blabs as well. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your time with your family. Please, please, please be safe and be careful. Don't do anything stupid. We'll see you guys when you come back at it January 1st, Monday, ready to rock. You guys will probably be all hungover, and that's cool. But we're going to be here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go as we continue to dominate the internet and bring back common sense one show at a time. So remember, guys, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great Christmas break and a wonderful New Year's Eve. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.